The following video is not intended for children, and is best enjoyed if you already saw this act of the play, or you don't otherwise care about spoilers.
Hello, Steak Driven here. Welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. Last time, we interacted a great deal with these three ancients and a precious little babby that I must protect. Any road. It's time to continue on with this conversation. Hey! Yeah, good thing I paused. Good thing I cut it there. I have no words to express my gratitude. Thanks to you, the Charybdis has learned to fly. And Boone and I could relax and have a pleasant chat. I'm sure you did. The creatures needed some small assistance at first, but soon it was flying more or less on its own. I doubt you would need to repeat the lesson.
That was truly impressive. Trouble observer.
Who dat?
I witnessed it all from afar. The Charybdis flies. Indeed, with this we've proven that even a creature with skewed etheric balance is capable of flight. Though we helped it to achieve this, the Charybdis is a herd animal. They may well aid their struggling kin in like fashion if the need arises. Keeping this in mind, I bid you continue observing them. Is that what you want? But if I may say so, rather than hoping for some idyllic possibility coming to pass, would it not be simpler to have the concept adjusted? That way we could guarantee that anomalies such as this specimen are never born in the first place. These creatures are already here. We will spare no effort in giving them a chance to survive. That is a far cry from the new Daniel. As you wish, Chief. As you wish. Hermes. I'm fine. Don't worry. Well, that concludes all of my present tasks. Let us return to Anagoresis now. Okay. What? Want to apologize for forcing me to help, do you? Save your breath. You didn't force me to do anything. I merely chose the most expeditious way to have done with an impediment to my business. Tell me, Boone, in the course of watching me, have you learned aught of value? Nope. Dynamis. Dynamis seemed promising. Dynamis, you say? Curious that such an obscure phenomenon should be of interest to you. Chief Hermes, what good fortune to find you here. Is something the matter? The Ekion. I'm afraid it's done it again. No sooner did we release it than it attacked a bunch of Ocupetes? Was the creature hungry or somehow provoked? I had just fed them. Okay, it's just vicious. Temperament aside, it's an outstanding creature, perfect in form and function. I wonder what it looks like. Though it may not have been suitable for release, I've no doubt the Bureau will accept its concept for preservation. In any case, there's no point in postponing the inevitable. Doros will revert them once all paperwork is in order. Where is the scene of the incident? Oh, we're going to investigate, aren't we? Just off the path of 12 Wonders. As you make your way, you should see it on the left. Don't know if Doros is still there, though. Doro! Monstercado! Wait! If this is part of his work, then I would observe. We follow. Okay. The lacerations and burns are unmistakable. A Lycian was indeed responsible. Burns? Are we talking about a dragon? But the creature is nowhere to be seen. Doros must have taken it away. That name makes his base at the 12 Wonders. I shall go seek him out there. Emet-Selch and I will search the area for good measure, just to make sure the Lycian did not escape. And what is that hideous thing in front of me? I think that's I don't know. Alright, meet at the 12 Wonders. Got it.
There it is, the 12 Wonders. Hermes is looking for Doros. Let's look for Doros, too. Aww. He's a man with long blonde hair, I think.
Oh, like Xenos, huh?
I think I'll know him when I see him.
I'm guessing the guy with all the player characters surrounding him is the guy we're looking for.
Doros! That's Doros!
Well now, if it isn't Meteion, what brings you here? Ah, I thought I heard familiar voices. I didn't realize you two had decided to help me in my search for Doros. Thank you. No problem. I'm used to it by now. You're in charge of the Laconis, I believe. Where are they now? Out in the fields and restraints. Frenzied as they were, I couldn't well return them to Kessith. Once I submitted my report, I'll see them reverted without delay. It's as he said. The beasts are quite ferocious, indeed. You're one of the 14. What brings you here? Nothing you need concern yourself with. As you were. We've heard the news that a Lycian swallowed the Okipites. As the observer in charge, you are of the opinion that they are not fit to be released? I am. Their abnormal aggression and exceptional strength make for a highly problematic combination. It matters not where they are released. Lycones would threaten other species and upset the natural order. Could it be the specimens you observed are an outlier? Highly unlikely. We've created a good many of them, and all exhibit the same tendencies. Even when we used Kairos to begin with a fresh slate, their behavior was unchanged. Kairos? A memory reconfiguration system. The chief himself created it. It allows us to erase or alter memories, and that we may observe creations in different environmental conditions without needing to remake them from scratch. This could be important later. Quite impressive, and potentially dangerous. Depending on the intensity of the etheric emissions, Pashtatot may wish to have words with you. I'm sorry, was that Pasha-Rot or Pasha-Tot? Whatever. Rest assured, I've kept all values within prescribed limits. And to prevent misuse, its applications are limited to those authorized by the Chief Overseer. Do not misunderstand, to manipulate a subject's memories is an intrusive act that I deeply abhor. But it's still preferable to execution. Is it, though? Well, I mean... Come now, Chief. Let's not be so melodramatic. What was born of ether is simply being reduced to its original state. Dust in the wind? I know the distinctions concern you, but we mustn't lose sight of the bigger picture. Making rational choices for the sake of a more prosperous star. If a creation cannot be properly studied with the aid of Kairos, we remake it. If a creation is deemed a detrimental existence, we unmake it. 'Tis all for the greater good. Don't trust people who say greater good! And none question the necessity of such processes. Ow, hold on. Fucking eyelash. I understand these things. I do. I would never think to unleash a clear and undeniable threat to the world. The irony. Yet insignificant though their individual lives may be next to all creation, it is all the icons have. Before we seal their fates, we owe it to these beings to exhaust all options, to ensure that nothing has been overlooked. If you insist, let me provide you with a full report, and we may take it from there. Would it be possible for us to attend the discussion, that Emet-Selch may better carry out his duties? By all means. Pray show them to the meeting room. See, we saw a glimpse of what I assume was Vanat earlier. Like, when's she gonna actually show up? Like, talk to us?
Aw. To man, others are just things to be used and controlled like magic. That's what Hermes told me once.
I fear this discussion may take a while, during which time...
Yes?
Meteion, are you feeling unwell?
It's not me, Hermes. It's you. I won't go to the meeting. I'll stay with Bone.
Loath though I am to impose, may I leave Meteion in your care again?
I keep saying it. I'm used to babysitting at this point.
I am in your debt, if you'll excuse me.
Can you help me with something, Boone?
Of course.
The meetings will make Hermes sad. I want to cheer him up with a flower.
Aww.
Hermes likes flowers the most of all the creations in Elpis. More creations are expected to be interesting or beautiful, strong, or better, some way.
But flowers are different. They're designed to suit our emotions. What we feel, what we want to convey. Hermes likes that.
Okay, you want me to help you find flowers? Got it. We didn't find a darn thing looking in this place. And here we have a good-looking flower bed, but most of these are apparently poisonous, so we can't touch them. Oh, look what we have here.
Oh, a conolon, a flower that can move. When Hermes wasn't looking, it shot seeds at him. Not a good gift, maybe.
That's what they do.
But you're good, Boone, at spotting flowers. We'll find some soon.
Oh, I am an expert botanist, you know.
Oh, something big, something huge? Is it a monster?
Dear Square Enix. I was joking!
A terrible stench reminiscent of sodden boots pervades the air. Without a doubt, the culprit is the marble-like creature before you.
It's an Adonis!
Adonis!
The thing on its mouth looked like petals, but the flowers are the orbs on its head. When Hermes inspected it, it swallowed him up. He didn't leave his room for days. What do you think, Boone? Will you like it?
No, there's no way. I'd rather not go near that thing. Reminds me too much of Orem Vale.
So not this one either? Finding a good flower is harder than I thought. I'm sorry, Boone, but could we please search some more? Maybe as far as the fields over there. I'll pick something after that, I promise.
I couldn't say no.
We find lush petals all over the place. Oh, we talking poppies? Something like that?
Oh, there's nothing.
Poor thing.
Huh? This shiny thing over there. What could it be?
It triggers a cutscene. Hey, it's these things. The Elpis flowers.
Oh, Elpis flowers. They're here too. Hermes likes and dislikes them at the same time. Like me, they're Endwalkers. Like me, they feel his pain and turn dark. That's only for Hermes, though. For others, they're always white and bright.
So he's like depressed. Oh, poor guy.
Truly, the flower was always dark in your home? Do you have it too? A dark emotion?
Sometimes. I've known the pain of sorrow and loss.
I see. Hermes has known the same. The feeling that part of you is gone, again and again, but nobody notices.
How come? Is there something about grief in their culture that they're not allowed to show it?
Please, Boone, won't you lend it to me? Your pain and sorrow. I want you to make the flower dark in front of Hermes.
To show that he's not alone.
He has been in a dark place since before he created me. He needs to know he isn't there alone, that others are sad too.
Alright, leave it to me.
Truly? You'll do it?
I'll touch him with the sword of my heart.
Thank you, Boone. It means more to me than I can say.
Oh, you don't have to say anything. It's okay.
I can't wait to see how Hermes reacts. Let's go fetch him. It seems they're still talking. Let's wait till they finished.
I believe it's cutscene time, yes.
Is this part voice acted?
Hermes!
Duh.
Oh, you were waiting for me.
Hi!
You've finished talking?
Yes, we've come to a decision. My thanks for keeping Meteion company.
I've got a bug
Emet-Selch
bite.
and Hythlodaeus have already retired to their rooms.
Ah.
There is room for you too, if you would follow me.
Oh, is there an inn here? I guess there must be.
Wait! I want to show you something first.
Okay. It's been a while since I really thought about it because sometime after
Elpis flowers?
being on the first, I think I dispelled most of that darkness, but
Go on.
alright. I had to remember Mins and Orshafont, Moonbreeda, Izael.
You're not the only one, Hermes. Others feel sad too. You're not alone.
Oh yeah, and I saw Tisleen transform into a monster right before my eyes. Ugh. The less I think about that, the better.
I see Meteion has shared much with you.
She's a very bright young lass. With really good heart. A real cinnamon roll. What? Green eyes.
May we talk a moment?
Certainly. I came here to talk to you anyway.
Oh, fireflies.
It's a nice shot. Oh, I missed it. Well, that was an okay shot too. A frickin' hedgehog.
I do not think it wrong that we live for the star, that we strive to make it a better place. And yet, in carrying out my duties here, there are times when I am plagued by doubt.
Oh.
Do you recall what Hythlodaeus said
Hythlodaeus.
when we first spoke of my nomination?
Ow.
Death is the privilege of those who have fulfilled their purpose, a choice they embrace of their own free will. And when they depart, it is always beautiful. Perhaps it is, but only for man.
Ah, not so much for the animals.
I see.
Creations that he deems useless are discarded with nary a second thought. Some scarcely born into the world, afforded a handful of breaths before life and potential are abruptly extinguished.
That is very sad.
We make an effort
Aw,
to
kitty.
spare them the pain. But they sense what awaits. Rage and anguish and cower and fear. And it is not beautiful. Yet no one cares. No one. So fixated are we upon the duty that we do not pause to question the method. Pain and suffering, confusion and despair, writ plain in the eyes of those poor creatures.
This guy was very compassionate.
Yet no one sees. We turn a blind eye and carry on in blissful ignorance. Not amiss. And always, always the blossoms shine pure and white. A A contradiction so blatant I could scream. Want to scream. How can you all accept this aberration? Then I wonder, am I the aberration for thinking thus? And I am filled with dread.
Oh, man.
But now I know I'm not alone. Not the only one for whom the flowers weep. I won't ask what you thought as you kneeled beside the Elpis, or if you only did it at Meteion's insistence. Nevertheless, I thank you.
You're welcome.
To know that you too have experienced suffering is a comfort.
Like you wouldn't believe, pal. Oh, I can tell you all about suffering.
Lest you misunderstand, I derive no pleasure from your pain. It's just the fact that you are still here in spite of your suffering gives me heart.
Yeah. I live by a motto. Well, several of them, but one of my
Stars
favorite...
in the heavens. Know you what they are?
I always thought they were fireflies that got stuck up... I'm kidding.
Though it is too far to tell, each glittering light could be a world not unlike Aetheris. A world filled with life.
Well, I mean, we always called the place we live a star, so I kind of guessed that was the case.
So many stars, so many lives. For us, there may be no higher purpose than to live for our world. But what of the other living beings out there?
Aliens.
What is it that gives their lives meaning? That drives them day after day after day?
The pursuit of decent food.
To pose that question to our undiscovered cousins, I created beings of dynamis, who can traverse the vast emptiness between the stars. Meteion and her sisters.
Oh, so there's more than one.
Aye, sisters.
Let me guess, they're all primary colors.
She has a great many of them. And they have already departed on their journey, traveling to one star and then the next in
that's
search
cool.
of life.
So she could still be alive in our time!
As one might expect, exploration on such a grand scale is rife with difficulties. And thus far, I've naught to show for it.
Oh, but she won't remember us. We can't change the past.
But I have faith that we will make some manner of discovery ere long. And when we do, I should be glad to share our findings with you, in gratitude for your kindness.
Gratitude.
It's getting rather late. We had best find our beds. It would not do for both of us to be sleep-deprived on the morrow. Come, Meteion. Let us head back.
I wonder if
All
this...
right.
I wonder what they're building up to here. Yeah, what's on that island? It's a good shot. Very well composed. I wonder what's up there. An all too brief interlude, perhaps, but it is time I attend my next task. As Emet-Selch and Hythlodaeus are aware, we reached a verdict regarding the fate of the obvious dragons. 7 were created for observation, and 7 have been unmade. Doros has followed the correct protocols, and as chief overseer, I can find no fault in his judgment. The Lycones will disrupt the natural order, ravaging and consuming other species until they themselves starved and perished. They cannot be released into the wild, and they cannot be allowed to remain here in Elpis. I intend to position the Bureau of Architect to have the concept preserved as a restricted, purpose-hazardous life form. Hythlodaeus has pledged to support me in this endeavor. Yet whatever the Bureau decides, the existing Lycones have served their purpose. Doros has already isolated the creatures and is preparing to carry out the necessary measures. I will join him forthwith. It is my duty to witness the conclusion of this study. If you are resolved, then we have but to accompany you. Of course, let us be off then. We return to the main aisle. Okay, meet you there. I was right! They're dragons. Sort of. Well, you got 4 of them. Doros, are you hurt? What happened here? Ugh. They caught me off guard. Ugh. I had them bound with ethereal shackles, but they became frenzied, more than usual, and broke free. I was able to stop 4. The other 3 escaped. I see. 2 of them have taken to the air above 12 wonders. The last is up ahead, lurking in the fields. You and Boone handle that one. The pair in the sky you can leave to me. Okay. If this is how it must end, then so be it. I get to use my sword and have some fun. I will render assistance to Emet-Selch, unneeded though it is. Why did your voice change? I don't know. Meteion, you ought to stay here with Doros. Monsticados.
But Hermes...
The Lacones must be reverted. I would spare you the pain, and mine. Oh, Icones, sorry. This is my burden, not yours. But if you're intent upon helping, then please follow my lead. Hey, in case you hadn't noticed, I'm wearing armor. I appreciate your help, and lament that it's necessary.
Yeah.
There's our quarry within striking distance at present. But it feels threatened. If it feels threatened, it may well flee beyond our reach. Here's my plan. You will approach slowly in full view and draw the Icon's attention. Now I warn you, its abilities are as fire as its temperament. Once it spots you, it'll unleash orbs of flame. But fear not. By my measure, you are more than equal to the task. Withstand the onslaughts for a few brief moments, and that'll give me time to catch it unawares. Ready? Let us begin. One battle later. So they're kind of like dragon, wolf, dog things? Kinda?
Now,
No! Oh, nice staff.
forgive me. Please, forgive me.
Oh man, you gotta feel
May
sorry for.
you and your kin find peace. Wherever your souls may drift in the underworld, may you find tranquil seas.
Gotta feel sorry for the creature and him, man. That's rough.
Be not forgotten. In concept endure. To reclaim form and one day live again. Serve not the star, or any purpose save your own. Live again, if that be your desire. Hate, if that be your want. We are worthy. But leave your suffering behind. Lay down your burdens, be born anew. Fly high. Fly free.
See, I thought I had to fight him myself, but no.
Join the convocation, Hermes.
Join the conversation, Hermes. You will join the conversation.
You do not belong here.
You do not belong here. Move along.
Leave to replace another. To be replaced. It changes nothing. Tell me, do you think it right that we sacrifice all these lives for the sake of the star? And when the star has reached perfection, what then? If all who are satisfied choose to die, shall we all die in satisfaction? I do not know. Were I to take up the seat of Fandaniel, it would be tantamount to approving my predecessor's death. I do not know if it is right. And to be torn by such thoughts, I do not know if I am fit to represent mankind.
Man.
Hermes! Please don't be angry. It hurts so.
Forgive me. If you would still consider me in spite of everything, I beg some time to gather my thoughts. Meanwhile, Hythlodaeus, I fear I must trouble you to attend to the others.
'Tis no trouble at all. Take as long as you require.
And you, my friend, I pray you find that which you seek.
Oh, wait, wasn't I supposed to ask him a question? Wait, Hermes! Come back!
I expect we have some few matters to discuss. Shall we return to the 12 Wonders for a time?
Okay.
Aye.
Oh, you weren't talking to me, were you? Or maybe you were. Okay.
The incident is resolved, and life in Elpis continues as normal, or ends, as the case may be. Rationally speaking, I understand Hermes' argument. No matter how well deserved the rest, there's a pang of sadness when a colleague leaves us. Yet never has a departure caused me such grief as Hermes appears to feel. What must it be like to experience such torment?
Where to now? If there is anything you'd like to visit before we leave, I should be glad to show you the way.
Hermes has not yet outright refused his position within the convocation, merely postponed his decision. As such, I may as well resume my assessment. If we cannot accompany him, then I will content myself with questioning his colleagues.
Ever the pragmatist, then allow me to remain your humble guide. And what of you, Boone? Will you continue along with us? Yeah, guess I got no choice. Wonderful, our fellowship travels unbroken. I say we explore another part of Elpis, and see what new encounters there are to be had. If you would follow me, we will head back towards Anagornisus. Alright.
Alright, he's gonna send us to a teleporter, where we're gonna meet up with him and go to the next island. Meet you there!
Here we are, Notaneus. This teleporter will take us to Kelamaeus Zephyros, the western island. It's right there, looming large over us. Step this way and we can soon admire the view from above. Alright, meet you up there.
Cutscene time. Literally just a teleportation. Whoa. So this is like the big island, alright. Woo! Nice. I like it.
I present to you Kelamaeus Zephyros.
Kelamaeus. I'll try to remember that.
Here you will find a number of testing facilities, as well as the observation hub of Poiton Oikos.
Poiton Oikos.
Right then. Let's begin by...
Wah.
Oh, a Spriggan.
Well, well. An Arrhaeus. How delightful.
A shark
And
man?
What, pray tell, is that? Ah, that's a new species of shark. We approved the concept but a few days ago.
Oh, so they call sharks sharks.
Sharks are among the most popular sea creatures. Rare is the day when someone does not submit a new concept.
This is fucking great. I love it.
At first, they were largely orthodox, consideration given to such things as size and environmental impact. And then a whimsical someone thought to bestow it with flight, another superior intelligence. And then the floodgates burst. Concepts with multiple heads, or arms arms and legs, and so on and so forth.
Or maybe
it was getting
one,
absurd.
or
a
one
part
that's
of me
tornado
wanted to tell
shaped.
them to go away and find something else to create, but in the end, I couldn't deny their passion. And
It's
here we are.
attacking. Hithy. A dragoon? Here? Nice. Venat! It's gotta be Venat.
That was too close. Are you unharmed?
Yeah.
Well now, if it isn't a pair of familiar faces.
Vanar, that we should meet you here.
Oh, the T is silent. Okay. The Lady of the Lake. Hythlodaeus.
As I mentioned earlier, the better part of the convocation holds that when we retire is when we return to the star.
This is one of those defectors.
Well, she is not among said majority. Even after stepping down, she carries on with her work.
Oh, she was a part of the convocation. Well, which seat did she hold?
Vanar is her name, and she is the previous Azem.
It has been a while, Hythlodaeus. You look well. Less so, Emet-Selch. I dare say the lines upon your brow have both deepened and doubled in number. A shame for one so young. You must make an effort to frown less often.
Easier said than done, thanks to your unruly successor.
How is he, if I may ask?
Incorrigible as ever. Rushed headlong into a volcano on the brink of eruption just the other day. I should be glad to share the tale in its entirety later,
My
if you're
God.
so inclined.
We really are the same person.
Oh, you know I am. Now then, you are?
I like swords.
I say, have you perchance come from the future?
She guessed it. She fucking guessed it. How did you know?
I do not believe we have ever met, yet I sense my magic upon you. Therefore, if I wove the enchantment, I could only have done so at a later point in time.
1 sec. A bourbon moment.
What manner of magic is this, if I may ask?
A traveler's ward, of course. It prevents the corruption of one's ether.
That's the blessing of the light. Well, it was a... To them, it was a simple... does it protect you from the enthrallment by primals? They're not gonna know that term, you himbo.
Primals, you say? But I'm not familiar with such beings. But if they enthrall by warping the balance of ether, then yes, the magic would afford you a measure of protection.
So for them, for these ancients, it's a basic protection spell. But for us, it's epic level magic that nobody can cast.
I gather from your question that you are not ignorant to its presence.
Hold on. From the future? That's absurd.
You're right, it is. Time travel's absurd, man.
What is it? Are you unable to speak of the matter?
Well,
The reality to which you must return exists as a result of the final days. You cannot reshape the past to undo the tragedies of the present.
Yeah, because that would create a paradox. And nobody wants a paradox. It would create a pair of ducks if I tried.
So, your actions here will not change your history, but they may yet affect the course of ours.
Multiverse theory it is!
How very exciting. I'm quite fond of delving into the unknown, and there's naught more unknown than the future.
I'm liking her already. She's a great character so far.
Until a moment finally arrives, we cannot know for certain what will come to pass, regardless of our supposed foreknowledge, so you needn't worry for us. More importantly, that you should go to such great lengths as to travel unto the past bespeaks the gravity of your quest.
Oh,
Will
boy.
you not reveal it to us? Mayhap we can be of aid to your cause.
Okay, I'll try to explain as best I can.
If this is true, then you've been keeping quite the secret to yourself.
A big one, yeah. I
As a representative of the Convocation, I will hear it all. Your identity, purpose, everything.
Hey, I kicked your butt once. I can do it again. Well, to be fair, I did have help, but... Oh, man.
Why don't we move to a place more conducive to calm conversation?
And somewhere with food.
I've been working here for some days now at an old friend's behest. If it is agreeable, we may make use of my accommodation at Poiton Oikos.
Poiton Oikos.
We were meant to meet. I am certain of it. Else I wouldn't have marked you so clearly, and sent you unto myself in the past. It's precisely the sort of mischief I would get up to, and quite inspired, if I do say so myself.
She reminds me of Meteion and Y'shtola a little bit. My apologies, but before we move, a colleague has tasked me with a matter which I'd rather not leave unresolved. It involves finding a certain constant engraved crystal, and the quick thinker Olias have made off with it. Oh, we saw where they went. An Aurelas, you said. I think we might have seen the culprit before being distracted by that business with the shark. Yeah, that shark was damn distracting! Would you like us to follow its ethereal trail? That would, of course, lead to the Aurelas. There's no guarantee he hasn't dropped it. Please, even that much would be enormously helpful. Oh, I completely misread that, please. While you are hunting down the thief, I can follow behind and scour the forest, just in case. Could I ask you to join the search? I would appreciate another pair of eyes to cover the land to the west of here. Okay. Many thanks. There's a small bridge leading into the Poiton Oikos. Let us meet up there once we've exhausted our efforts. Alright. But I plumb reckon we're gonna have to resume our search in the next one. That's our show. Thanks so much for watching. They are spilling so much tea on this expansion. Holy cow! Alright, have a good one. Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. Fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly, get some chicky nuggies for me. Fly into the future.